So it is February the 2nd, 2021 at 3 a.m. in the morning. You know, if there's one word in the entire fucking English language that I could never pronounce, it's fucking February. Feb February? Or is it February? February. Ah, fuck it. If there's one word in the fucking English language that I can never pronounce, it's fucking February. February. Whatever. Anyway, so it's 3 a.m. in the morning, I can't go to bed, so I decided to just turn on the camera and just talk about some things that have just kind of been doodling around in the old noodle as of late. And it's scary in the 21st century. It's scary how a news article online just constitutes as the absolute truth in the blink of an eye. I mean, isn't it scary how a news article online just constitutes as absolute truth in the blink of an eye nowadays? Like with no proof or evidence of it being true, it's just automatically true. With fucking it's just automatically true. But what you gonna do? Fucking cancer. Fucking cancel culture is just sometimes just blows my mind. It really does. Like instantaneous cancel culture, like just a bit mind-boggling to me at least. But it's actually quite comical to me, the lengths and extent that some people have to go to just to prove that they're not a piece of shit human being. Like sometimes it's sometimes it really is just quite comical to me. I can't think of a better word at the moment. At 3 a.m. in the morning, might I add, but can't think of a better word than comical. It's quite comical the lengths and extent that some people have to go to prove that they're not a piece of shit human being. Like when some things are just, or at least should be, fucking obvious as fuck, right? I mean, if you have to write a 10-page article on how and why child abuse is wrong, then aren't you the shitbag? I mean, seriously, if you have to write a 10-page article as to how and why child abuse is wrong and bad, then I think you're the shitbag for having to have to prove something that's just so fucking obvious as fuck, right? I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean, we all know Obama was a saint, so can't, we all know Obama was a saint, so it's just silly to me. It's fucking cancel culture, man. The cancer that is cancel culture is just It's mind-boggling sometimes. And I know nothing lasts the same forever, and everything's always gonna change, and everything's gonna humanity and society and the cultures that people live in or grew up in or currently growing up in the present. I mean, things are always gonna change, but it's just a bit mind-boggling, and it's taken me it's taken me quite a while to get used to this shit that is cancel culture. Uh, or like radfams. Sometimes radfams are pretty fucking comical as well. Like radfams are fucking hilarious. Radfams are fucking hilarious. Like it's just absolutely mind-boggling to me how anyone could think that you know just because someone's born a female, they're automatically these infallible angels that can never do no harm to anyone or anything, because they're females. So of course they're infallible, perfect, beautiful little angels sent from above that are incapable of doing any harm to anybody, of course. Of course. Of course there's never, of course there's never in the entire events of human history, of course there's never been a fucking man who bust his ass for 15, 20 years at a fucking job or at the fucking oil rig or whatever. And then 20 years later, his wife cheats on him and ends up divorcing him and takes away half his money and takes away his house and takes away his kids. And I mean, of course that's never happened throughout the course of human history. Of course a wife's never cheated on his husband and then took away all his possessions and cars and house, children. Of course that's never happened. That only happens in movies, brah. That doesn't happen in real life, bro. Of course not. They're infallible, innocent little angels sent from above. It's like before you judge someone just because they're either male or female or insert insert blank gender, because now there's 99 genders. So I mean, whatever you choose to identify as, that's your business. I'm not gonna lose sleep over that. Go right ahead. If you feel you were born a fucking zebra or a fucking hippopotamus, then go right ahead. You do you, boo. But before you judge someone on just because they're either male or female, how about you actually sit down with the person and get to know them and have an in-depth conversation with the person before you come to conclusion as to whether they are or aren't a total piece of shit human being. I mean, that makes sense, right? Hmm. That makes sense. Actually sit down with the person and get to know them and their personalities and their preferences and their turn-ons and turn-offs and etc. etc. I mean, that makes sense, right? Actually get to know a person before coming to conclusion as to who they are as a human being. Hmm, that makes sense. Hmm, that makes sense, right?